The definition of a weed is a plant that's growing somewhere it shouldn't be. Weeds can be extremely beneficial in other ways. For example, you can use any type of weed as a free natural fertilizer on any plant, anywhere. The first thing we should do is consider the most basic ways to use plants and weeds in the garden. Collect weeds by hand or with a tool. To remove weeds with roots, cut them into smaller pieces and allow them to fall to the ground. By cutting them into smaller pieces, they will break down faster and become part of the soil. Chopping and dropping should be done on a dry day to prevent the weeds from growing roots back into the ground. Also, don't cut any weeds with ripe seeds because you don't want new weeds to sprout up everywhere. And don't include the roots of any creeping or perennial weeds. Remove the plant's roots and dry them in direct sunlight. You can now arrange them in different ways, which we will discuss later in this video. The roots will die within a few weeks. After a few weeks, the roots will be dead and can be used in various ways as discussed in the tutorial. The second method is to place weeds in a compost pile or bin. This is where most of my larger weeds end up. Fresh, green weeds are a great source of nitrogen, so they pair well with brown foods. As before, only add weeds that do not contain seeds. Also, don't add perennial weed roots unless your compost gets really hot and they break down. I believe that the third method of using weeds is the most effective. We'll make weed tea this way. To make weed tea, gather a variety of fresh weeds and cut them up. Put the cut-up weeds into a bucket and firmly press them down. Add enough rainwater to completely cover the weeds, and if you want to add some beneficial bacteria, mix in a handful of mature leaf mold or compost. Cover the bucket loosely with a lid, allowing gases to escape. Let the mixture steep for 1 to 2 weeks, stirring occasionally. When the tea is ready, add water to make it 10 times its original strength. Then use it to nourish your plants. First, combine 10 parts water and 1 part weed tea to make it less potent. Then use it to fertilize. Apply the diluted solution directly to the base of your plants to ensure that it penetrates the soil around their roots. As always, you can use it to water your plants. During the growing season, repeat this process every 10 to 15 days to ensure that the plants receive nutrients and grow in a healthy way. If you have any tips for getting rid of weeds in the garden, please share them below. Watch the videos in the description for more recipes and detailed instructions on making nutrient-dense fertilizers and sprays. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out our other videos for additional gardening tips.